Hi everyone, Sarah Brenchley here, and I wanted to talk about another aspect of our program. So we have an online program specifically for perimenopausal women that's called Hormone Empowerment, and we basically look at different areas of your life that we know can impact hormones, and hopefully if you can really improve those areas, it will reduce, if not get rid of, some of those symptoms of perimenopause. So we've looked at exercise, I've talked about digestion and detoxification, and we've talked about the importance. I like to understand the hormones that are involved. I want to talk to you now about the circadian clock, because this is really important, and it's indirectly involved with hormones. It's more involved with other hormones other than our reproductive hormones, but it's really important. So our circadian clock, or a circadian rhythm, is basically a really natural internal process that regulates our sleep and wake cycle, our day and night cycle, and repeats roughly every 24 hours when the earth rotates. So we're completely tuned into the earth and the moon and the sun. Now, we used to think that our brain regulated this clock, and now we know from research that pretty much every organ in our body has its own internal clock. So our brain basically spring cleans every night, and it refiles information that it's gathered during the day and locks things away that we don't need anymore. Our gut has its own spring cleaning system that it does during the day anyway, every 90 minutes, only works on an empty stomach, and it's really, really important at night, and it repairs itself overnight, and our gut bacteria kind of it reestablishes itself overnight. So it's really important that we fit into this day-night cycle that our body's designed to do. Chronic disruption of this day-night cycle, which is only actually one of the clocks, has been shown to cause weight gain, impulsivity, slower thinking, mood problems, and has also been loosely linked to cancer too. And we know that people who do night shifts are much more at risk of chronic conditions, including cancer. So sleeping and eating are two of the most important activities that relate to this clock. And we know that, you know, our healthy eating habits, what we eat, how much we eat, and when we eat is really important, and as much as sleeping habits. So what time and the light around us are really, really key to this. So there's been some research just recently in the last couple of years, because this is becoming an area that's, along with the gut microbiome, there's a lot of research coming out. And the research has shown that when people do a type of intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating, which is, a lot of the research shows that if you eat within an 8-hour window and fast within a 16-hour window overnight, then that actually has huge implications for our health. It improved what we call metabolic markers. So these are basically markers in our blood that show that our heart is working properly, that our pancreas is working properly, that our gut is working properly. So these are things like show that you are less likely to get something like diabetes or heart disease or hypertension, high blood pressure, or obesity. So it's been shown to really make a difference and help prevent those chronic health conditions that are really big problems at the moment around the world. Indirectly, it means that if your liver is functioning well, your liver detoxifies estrogen. So if your liver is functioning really well, there's a really good chance that your liver is actually breaking down estrogen and removing estrogen from your body. So you're less likely to have high amounts of estrogen circulating, which can cause some of the symptoms of perimenopause. So time-restricted eating for a lot of people can be really good. And some of the research has shown that you can go up to as much as 10 to 11 hours of eating with 13 hours of fasting. If you get to 12-12, so you eat for as much as you're sleeping or you're fasting, then actually there aren't any health benefits to that. And if you eat longer, so if you're eating from 7 in the morning till 9-10 o'clock at night, that's actually going to impact your health and really has negative consequences for your health. So you really want to kind of shorten your window of eating and lengthen your time of fasting. They're also now researching what they're terming as chrononutrition, which is really clock nutrition, time nutrition, where they're also looking at, if you're doing time restricted eating or intermittent fasting, when is it the best time to actually kind of reduce your window? So is it better to have a late breakfast and have breakfast at around 10, 11? Or is it better to have breakfast at 7 in the morning and then have dinner at 5? Or is it better to have a late breakfast and maybe have dinner at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m.? So they're actually looking at that to see if when you eat makes a difference to your health as well as having a short window. So that gives you an idea as to when should you have your 8 hours earlier on in the day or 8 hours later on in the day, if that makes sense. They've also been looking at when is the best time to exercise in regards to losing weight as well, or those health parameters, looking at, if you exercise in the afternoon, are you much more likely to burn fat? Are you much more likely to then have a healthier heart, less fat in your blood, healthier liver function, or is it better to exercise in the morning? Now, at the end of the day, you exercise when you can exercise, because no exercise is worse than some exercise, but it's always really interesting seeing this research so you can make a choice. So if you're interested in knowing more, come and speak to us. We actually teach time restricted eating on our program, Hormone Empowerment online program, and we also talk about going to bed and sleep and blue light and how that affects our sleep and our can contribute to fatigue. It's all covered in our program. So if you're interested, give us a call, email ask@hormoneempowerment.com. Come and join our Facebook group, which is Hormone Health Tips for Women 40 Plus, completely free group, some awesome women in there, and you can ask loads of questions in there too. Go and have a look at our webinar that's on our website, and come and talk to us if you've got any questions at all about our program or what we cover. So I hope this was helpful. So you know now about time restricted eating. Make sure you go to bed and get up at the same time every day, and that will help as well. Take care, and I will see you soon.